Good morning, beloveds. Um, so clearly, what is happening in my life definitely affects when I read these things, and so I'm just gonna put it out there with you today, because it's 2020 and things have been difficult and interesting and weird and just so you we listen to radio shows a lot, especially if we do any driving. And if you live in Houston, you do a lot of driving because, Houston's huge. And so I listened to a morning show. I listened to 94, I listened to the Rod Ryan show on 94.5, The Buzz. And they had a DJ, I guess. That's still the term. One of the members, her name was Dinah, and she was, and I'm going to use that term, was. She left about a little over a year ago, and I love the new co-host. I love Tessa, and Dinah left because she just didn't love it anymore. And she wanted to go and do stuff. She wanted to travel and go back to school and do some other stuff. Well, she died yesterday. And listening to them this morning talk about her, it makes you realize how these voices that you hear every day, Monday through Friday, but and Saturday, because they would do little bits on Saturday too. They come into your world. They come into your life. They're part of your everyday routine, and they're part of your family. Like, I've never met her personally, but I listen to her every day. Now, I have met Rod, ironically, at a run, in but and so today they're doing this awesome celebration of life for her, and it's hard because you're listening to the people who knew her and loved her and talking about, and then you realize how important she was to me, because she was this voice on the radio every morning. And one of the things that I loved about her was she was so honest. She talked about the difficult relationship that she had with her mother. And one of the stories that they told was that because she like I said, she died yesterday. And she died of cancer. Because she was young. She was in her 30s. And it just, like that. Her mother was there holding her hand when she left. So whatever happens today in the reading, just know that I have that in the background, because and I'm not ashamed to be sad about somebody that I've never met, because these people are part of our lives. They become part of our families, even though they're just voices on the radio. So just I didn't want to blindside you guys halfway through the reading by doing what I'm doing now, which is crying. So yeah, that's yeah, these people, that's the blessing and the curse of being human, is that we take these people into our heart even if we've never met them, and they inform our lives and change our lives and make our lives wonderful in ways that we don't expect. So the price of love is what I'm doing now, and it is a price I am always willing to pay. All right, I'm going to try and pull myself together, because it is November 20th, and our title, it is November, okay, I'm double checking. It is Friday, November 20th. Our title is Success, and our Bible quote is, "They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing. And that is Psalm 24. No, I'm sorry. Is it 24? The print is so little. Okay. 34:10. Psalm 34:10. Okay. Whew. Success does not mean the accumulation of wealth, the maintenance of position, or a supremacy of power. Success means a life free from the burden of anxiety, liberated from fear. There is no successful life without peace or without that inner spiritual certainty that knows that the soul is on the pathway of good, forever expanding into the conscious union of God with humanity. Today, I expect every good thing to come to me. Everything that is worthy of the soul, I anticipate. Everything that belongs to the spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of the divine reality, I claim as my own. Today, I identify myself with abundance and success. I know that my destiny is divine, that my destination is certain, that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. I know that this kingdom contains everything necessary to my well-being. In gratitude and with joy, I receive this kingdom into myself. Okay. And from the Science of Mind text, only remember we are surrounded by a universal subjectivity that is receptive, neutral, impersonal, always receiving the impress of our thoughts, and that has no alternative other than to operate directly upon it, thus creating the things we think. And that is from the Science of Mind text, page 278. And thank you, Clarissa. I really enjoyed doing them. That's why I intend to. I started sometime late March. I'm going to finish them. So I'm going to go into March of next year. And then I've already picked another book, so I may continue on. And yeah, Cleopatra, one of the first albums I bought was a Stevie Wonder album. So, yeah, I getcha. And I will be there to hug you, even if it's just virtually that day too. Hopefully not for a very long time. Okay, which ironically I started talking about Dinah, and I would tell you that she was the definition of success, because for her, it wasn't about money. If you listen to any of the show at all, she was very well loved. She is the definition of success. And to answer your question, Clarissa, I am using the 365 Science of Mind, A Year of Daily Wisdom from Ernest Holmes. So I know it's backwards. And if you contact Jesse at info@creativelife.gov, then he can mail one to you if you want a copy. Okay. So I like that we start out with a Bible quote, "They that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing," because it sounds kind of weird, but you think about it, is they that seek the Lord shall not want any good thing, because all good things will come to them. They won't want. There will not be a want. They won't want for good things, because good things will surround them. At least that's my interpretation. All right, so success does not mean the accumulation of wealth, but that doesn't mean it's not part of it. Science of Mind isn't against wealth and all of that. We're not aesthetics. We want you to live a comfortable material life, but just remember that that's not all there is. So success does not mean the accumulation of wealth, the maintenance of position, or the supremacy of power. That can be a part of it if that's what you want, but that's not what it is. Success means a life free from burden of anxiety and liberated from fear. And frequently, those first three things that he mentioned, wealth, position, and power, create anxiety and fear. Because if you're so busy trying to maintain them, then you're not living. And I don't have an answer for you on how to how to do that and not, other than if we go back to the Bible quote, they that seek the Lord shall not want for good things, because good things will surround them. So, yeah. There is no successful life without peace or without that inner spiritual certainty that knows that the soul is on a pathway of good, forever expanding into the conscious union of God with humanity. Ernest didn't believe in reincarnation. Straight up. He said it. It's not that he didn't believe that we would continue on, but he didn't believe that we'd come back here. He's like, I have done all I have come here to do. I will continue to expand in spirit. He absolutely believed that we would continue on as an individualized center in spirit. He just didn't think we'd come back here to do it. It's like, I've done what I've come to do. I'm moving on. And so that's why he says, forever expanding into the conscious union of God with humanity. So today, I expect every good thing to come to me. Why would you not? Why would you not expect that? That is, if you believe that you are spirit, if you believe that you are made from the substance of spirit, why not? Why would you not expect that? Yeah, it gets messy. And, it gets messy around this mortal coil. I think that's Shakespeare. I don't know why I quote Shakespeare so much. Probably because Jesse does. It gets messy around here. But why not expect the good? We spend a whole lot of time expecting the bad, and guess what? We get it. So why don't we try and use that same power and expect the good and see if we don't get more of that good? And especially since we know what Science Mind teaches is that we will be, it just popped out of my head. When it pops back in, I'll let you know. Okay. We believe that spirit is creative, that spirit is good, that law is good, that God is good. There it is. Everything that is worthy of the soul, I anticipate. Everything that belongs to the spirit, which is everything that is good, I accept. And that's one of our keys. It's conscious acceptance of that good. Everything that partakes of the nature of the divine reality, I claim as my own. And that's your right as a being, as a divine distributor, as a godling, as Jesse likes to use the word. Reverend Jesse likes to use the word godling. We are godlings. We are not everything that God is, but everything that God is, we have access to. But being mortal, not all at once. That's how we keep our ego in check. By, yes, everything that God is, I have access to. I just don't have access to it all at once, like God does. That is my limitation as a mortal being. And my unlimitedness is the fact that I do have access to it, if I'm willing. Okay. Today I identify myself with the abundance and success. And that's one of those times where you want to look at What's your definition of abundance? What's your definition of success? What's your definition of prosperity? And I can come back to Dinah again. She was shocked at how loved she was. When one of her former coworkers set up a GoFundMe and it hit the goal in 24 hours, she went, oh. So one of the things that I just heard that my husband told me, because he's listening with me, is that she was a private person, but towards the end, she told her brother, write the book, tell people my experiences, tell people what I have been through, because she realized how much people cared about her. That's the definition of success. If you have this enormous outpouring of love, and God help you that you don't want it when you pass, you want to feel it now. That's the definition of success. That's the definition of abundance. When the people around you, when there are so many people around you that love and care for you, how can that not be the definition of success and abundance? All good things will come to you. I know that my destiny is divine, that my destination is certain. My destination is certain. Because you live in heaven now. If you're willing to see it, your destination is certain. Because we do not believe in dual powers. We know that there is one power and the only power is good. That there is no power of evil. There are acts of evil, but no power of evil. Your destination is certain. That the kingdom of heaven is at hand. I know that the kingdom contains everything necessary to my well-being, which means everything that you need now is available. Are you willing to accept it? In gratitude and with joy, I receive the kingdom into myself. So it is about being open and conscious and willing. How big is your cup of acceptance? And occasionally he'll say, bucket or bowl. Because yeah, I didn't create the cup of acceptance. That was Ernest. I got that a few months ago. So from the science of my text, only remember that we are surrounded by a universal subjectivity. The universal subjectivity which we can impress our desires on. And then the universal subjectivity will find ways to bring to us what it is that we want, need, desire. Whatever the word you want to use. We do caution using the word need. But, I mean, it's a legit word. Don't be afraid of it. Just don't get all crazy about it. Okay. Only remember that we are surrounded by a universal subjectivity that is receptive, neutral, impersonal, always receiving the impress of our thought. That is where we're going to go back to that prayer without ceasing. Because we are always impressing on that universal subjectivity. And the more emotion you put behind it, the more power and fuel you are giving that prayer. Which is one of the reasons why I earlier on I said to focus on what's good, to focus on what could go right, because that's where the more emotion you give behind worrying about what could go wrong, you're kind of setting yourself up a little bit. I'm not going to blame, don't get into the blaming yourself for things going badly, but, shift that worry, because worry's like sitting in a rocking chair. There's a lot of motion but none of it's forward. But, so anticipate what could go right. Always receiving the impress of our thoughts, and that has no alternative other than to operate directly upon it, thus creating the things that we think. So, what is your definition of success? What is your definition of abundance? What is your definition of prosperity? And maybe redefine it. Because he says it right here. Success means a life free from the burden of anxiety, liberated from fear. So our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to expect good things to come to us. Simple, easy, and oh, are you kidding me? Oh, that's a heck of a mission. That's a heck of a mission. Think about what could go right. It is prudent to prepare for things that could go wrong, but anticipate what could go right. All right. And I am going to remind you, as I always do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself every day. And remember that you are a beloved child of Spirit, in whom Spirit is well pleased. Always. Always. You live in that state of grace. So anticipate the good. Expect the good. Let the good flow. And let people love you. Okay. It's kind of a wet and foggy day here. I would encourage you to do something to engage your mind and body as usual. It's going to be in that range that maybe you do want to open your windows and let some fresh air in to bring in that fresh perspective. But I would encourage you, like Ernest says, open the windows of your soul. And allow that breath of heaven to remind you that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. It surrounds you now. It is simply waiting for you to open up and recognize it. All right, beloveds. It's Friday. And Reverend David will be on with you around 5 p.m. And I will figure tomorrow out. Normally I go to the park and play with the squirrels, but tomorrow is our mobile food event at the Oak Ridge High School. So that will be from 7 to, we'll be there from 7 to 11. It starts at 8 and ends at 10. So if I get a break around 9, I will come and do this. If not, then I will do it as soon as possible. But I will pack and take this stuff with me so that if I have the opportunity to do it on time at 9, I will. And we may also, if we have a chance, do some live, talk to some of the people out there, which is kind of weird because we're all going to be masked and gloved and what have you, but we'll figure it out. The mobile food events are one of the most amazing things we do, and they're also one of the most heartbreaking things that we do. It's our way to get out into the community and be of service. But God bless, it's one that we wish that there wasn't a need for. We wish there wasn't a need for. And with this one being right before Thanksgiving, but it is something we can do. We can get out there, we can serve an area that is underserved and give them a little bit more than they might have had for Thanksgiving. So, I love these mobile food events, and God, I wish we didn't have to do them. I wish there was not a need for them. One of the things that when you go through practitioner training, they ask you, would you be okay if there was not a need for you to be a practitioner to do treatments? God, yes. Yes. If the world was wonderful and perfect and all of that, and there was no need for us to do this kind of service, that would be okay with me. But there is. And so we do this work. And I don't mean practitioner. We love to do that. But if there wasn't a need, that would be okay. If everybody had what they needed. And so we have this opportunity to provide a little bit more than they had before. And we're working towards solutions so that even that we are actively seeking. We're always treating, but we are actively seeking ways that these things won't become Yes, you can. Do you, if you get the email, then just check the email for the thing and email Jesse and tell him you're coming. That we're required gloves and masks, obviously, because we want to keep them safe and us safe. So, but if you have any questions about it, the email is info@creativelife.com, and just put in there mobile food event because it's tomorrow. So we would love to have you there. You can do that. Or, like I said, you can just email that email and say, hey, I'm new. I would like to sign up for the email. It's been a while since I've been on the website, so I'm not even sure where the click is. But if you have questions, you just email him and say questions about the mobile food event that you're interested in helping out. He's pretty quick on responding. All right? But I need to get off because I got to go to work. All right, beloveds. Y'all have fun and do what you need to make it a wonderful day.